The Green Bay Packers have officially made the playoffs, beating the Bears in Jordan Love's first season as starter for the Green Bay Packers. This couldn't have, gone any better. Can you believe it? In Jordan Love's first season, the Packers are headed to the playoffs. Last year with Rodgers, things went south, final game, couldn't beat the Lions. And here we are in Jordan Love's first season with the youngest team in the entire NFL, and we just beat the Bears, putting us in the playoffs. And this is just, you can't really ask for more than this as a Packers fan, because all offseason, we were debating what this Packers team would look like. All of us were debating, can Jordan Love even be a guy? Like, can he be a franchise-type quarterback? And all of us wanted to see that happen this season. And not only has Jordan Love shown us that, he has proved that he is going to lead this Packers franchise for a long time. Now in his first season, he has carried the youngest team in the NFL to the playoffs in his first year. And so I think just to see what this Packers team has been able to do is, it's promising not only for this year, because now we're in the playoffs. This is a dangerous team. If we keep playing the way that we are, this offense is dangerous. The Bears, they're a really good defense. One of the best run defenses in the NFL. Aaron Jones ran all over them, 22 carries, 111 yards, had that nice run at the end to seal the game, leading to Jordan Love going out there and taking a few knees to finish this game off. The receivers are playing well, even with injuries. The defense had one of its best games of the entire season. And so not only is this a dangerous playoff team that I think other teams would be slightly nervous to play, because the Packers are hot right now. They really have nothing to lose. I would say most people did not expect the Packers to make the playoffs this year. And so I like this Packers team going into the playoffs with that underdog mentality, because I think that that's where we've sort of seen them play at their best at times. Because today was like a must-win game at Lambeau Field. I think the Packers were expected to win, and they did it. There were some close calls here during this game, and we'll get into that. But now that Jordan Love has already played as he has, I just looked at his stats for today. 27 of 32, which was like 84%. 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 128.6 passer rating. I believe that the announcer said it was the second highest completion percentage in a game in Packers history, I believe, with Aaron Rodgers being ahead in one other game. And so Jordan Love had one of the better quarterback seasons this year, honestly. Like, if you pull up pretty much any other quarterback in their stats, not many quarterbacks are, have been as good as Jordan Love. I'm trying to look here. I had it here on my phone. He has a total. Let's look at his season stats for this year. Jordan Love's season stats: 4,159 yards, 32 passing touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4 rushing touchdowns, a 9-8 record. And so the Packers are set for the future. That's already been known. Jordan Love, he's playing as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You compare him to pretty much everyone, as I said. You even compare him to Lamar Jackson's passing stats, and he's even better than Lamar, who may be MVP. So just thought I'd throw that in there as well. But I'm just feeling great right now. If you're a Packers fan, you're probably feeling exactly as I am. You're sitting here now, and I was hopeful for this Bears game, but I think all of us, including myself, we weren't trying to be too confident going into this game, because we saw what happened last year against the Lions. And so I was trying to say, okay, I think we should win this, but let's take care of business. Let's make sure we get the job done. So even though I believed we could make the playoffs and we should beat a Bears team, I wanted to see it happen, and now we've seen it happen. And so now we can sort of relax, and luckily, not in today sitting here being like, I can't believe we lost to the Bears at home. We missed the playoffs. At least there's next year. We have a chance this year. And so I know that going forward, this clearly indicates the Packers are going to be a dangerous team for years and years to come. But they could be dangerous in these playoffs. Like, imagine next week, we're either going to play the Rams, not the Rams, either the Cowboys or the Lions. As I'm filming this, there's 55 seconds left of the Rams game. If they beat the 49ers, we play the Cowboys, which honestly, I like that matchup. I'm in Dallas. I'm going to try to go to that game if it is Cowboys versus Packers. But if I was the Cowboys or the Lions, the Lions already lost to us this year. I'll be scared to play the Packers, because Jordan Love is feeling himself. He's playing really well. And the Packers defense had a nice day. And so this is a very dangerous team going to the playoffs. So, we couldn't have asked for a better day. And now let's get a little bit into this game. Jordan Love, we already read his stats. Aaron Jones had a massive day on the ground. The Packers could have put up way more points. There was that first drive. I think it was the first drive. Was it first or second drive? I think it was first drive, where Romeo Doubs almost caught that touchdown pass in the end zone. Anders Carlson misses a field goal. Anders Carlson, honestly, right now, he makes me nervous kicking field goals. He's missed the most extra points in the league. He is not automatic That worries me at times. There was that play at the end of the first half that the Packers weren't able to get a field goal. Time was running down on the clock. Love threw it outside. I think it was it to Wicks, if I'm not mistaken? I think it was to Wicks on the outside, and the time ran down, couldn't get a field goal. That probably could have, if Love just would have thrown that away, the Packers could have had another field goal if Anders Carlson made it, which would have been another 6 points. And so there are definitely a few missed opportunities here for the Packers. But then to start the second half, Jordan Love comes in, has a massive drive to put the Packers up. Jordan Love even had a fumble in this game, which he's usually pretty good at keeping the ball and not having turnovers. He didn't have an interception, but had that fumble. The Bears had an opportunity, couldn't really do too much off of it. But all in all, when we look at this receiver core, it's pretty incredible to see just how much depth and how spread out the talent is, where honestly it feels like anyone can beat you. And the fact that Romeo Doubs went down early in the game, I don't think he played much after the first couple drives when he got injured. And Bo Melton had another big game, 5 receptions, 62 yards. It's amazing to see him come out of nowhere and look like a legit wide receiver out there. Dontavian Wicks, 2 touchdowns, a massive day for him. He's really, really good. The Packers receiver core, it's insane how good it is and how quickly it's become so good with such young talent. And we saw them early in the year. There were sparks, but there were also some mistakes. And now we're seeing mostly just top-tier play from tight ends, from Tucker Kraft. Luke Musgrave had a nice catch there at the end. But guys stepping up with the Watson out, with Dobbs going down, Wicks playing really well. Jaden Reed had a massive day, 4 receptions, 112 yards, and a long of 59 yards. So a really, really good day from the Packers receiver. And when you have Aaron Jones in there as well, and he's averaging 5 yards a carry, and you throw that on top of Jordan Love playing at an elite level with the amount of receivers here, this Packers offense can go up against anyone, because we have to remember this Bears defense for the past 6 or so weeks was averaging only maybe 15 or so points per game, which was had been the best in the NFL for that stretch. And I believe it would have been the best for the whole season if you sort of measured up with the rest of the teams. And so they did it last week against a pretty solid Vikings defense. They were top 10, or ranked 10, I believe. And now the Bears, who've been really good, Jordan Love, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter who your defense is, how good your defense is, Jordan Love is going to pick you apart. He is playing at a elite level, like elite. No other quarterback, honestly, I'd say there's not many other quarterbacks playing better than Jordan Love right now when you look at today's game. And now let's move to the defense, because of course, for a lot of the season, especially for the few game streak where things just went so bad against the Giants, DeVito, against Baker Mayfield, the Panthers, it looked like all hope was lost. And then today, the Packers defense played really, really well. The Bears have a very solid rushing attack. They only had 25 carries, 75 yards, 3 yards a carry. So really solid day. We held Justin Fields to only 8 carries on 27 yards. Fields' passing day, not very good. 11 of 16, 148 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. The Packers sacked Justin Fields 5 different times. They played very, very good in the red zone. The Bears did not score a touchdown in this game. And I think the biggest thing that we saw in this game that I think was the biggest impact from defense was just the pressure we were consistently getting, mainly on third down. There were lots of times to start the game where Joe Barry was bringing pressure. There was one moment where I think he rushed 6, including Quay Walker and Devondre Campbell. He was clearly dialing up the pressure on third down, which led to lots of sacks. Quay Walker had a sack, 9 tackles. We also have Carl Brooks with a big sack, threw a nasty move on the guy he was going up against. Lucas Van Ness with a sack, Kenny Clark with a sack, and Devontae Wyatt with a sack. So when you get 5 sacks and you play really, really well on third down, they also showed a graphic up there that the Packers were playing a good amount of man on third down, and on those plays where they were playing man, the pressure got there a lot more. Justin Fields didn't really have an answer on third down. The Packers did a good job of not allowing Justin Fields to break out of the pocket, which is what, when we faced DeVito and the Giants, that was one area where you wouldn't expect DeVito to be able to do what he did with his legs, and he looked much better than Justin Fields today. We were able to clog those lanes so that when Fields tried to escape, there were guys there. Quay Walker was there spying him at times. And so, all in all, a great day for the defense. No touchdowns, 3 field goals. It is the Bears. It is the Bears offense. It is Justin Fields, who I personally still don't think is a very good quarterback. I'd say he's in the 20 to 25 range in my opinion. He's a talented athlete, but the Packers now going into the playoffs are going to face off against much better teams. And I'm looking here. It looks like the Rams game is over, which I think means the Packers play the Cowboys. I believe that's what's going to happen. This just happened. Yep, Packers-Cowboys in Dallas. That's where I live. I'm going to try to go to this game. That's exciting. So it's going to be Packers-Cowboys, which means the Packers, how is this defense going to fare against Dak Prescott? It's going to be a tough test, much tougher test than the Bears, no doubt about that. And so I'm curious to see how that happens, how that goes. But luckily, we have Jordan Love. Luckily, even if this Packers defense goes back to playing poor defense, which maybe they have a good game. Once again, Jair played well today. It was nice to have him back in there. You never know what could happen. And because Jordan Love in this offense is playing so well, even if the Cowboys put up a lot of points, so can we. And so it's going to be a fun game. And I cannot believe that the Packers are in the playoffs. Can you believe it? Jordan Love's first season. It's going to be a fun week. And the Packers honestly have nothing to lose. Not many expected this. And now they have a chance to go on the run as an underdog. Why can't it happen? We'll see what happens. It's going to be a big game against Dallas. Can't believe it. Great way to start off 2024. Great way for this young Packers team to, in Jordan Love's first season, go to the playoffs. So even in years in the future, they'll even have more experience, not only in the regular season, but also some playoff experience no matter how the game goes. Hopefully it's a win. But, I mean, couldn't have had a better day for the Packers. So that's going to be it for this one. I'll be out with videos all week as we prepare for the Cowboys and Packers matchup, which should be a fun one. So stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your guys' night, and I'll see you guys soon.